You're listening to Clearly Conspicuous, a podcast series brought to you by Holland & Knight's Consumer Protection Defense and Compliance Team. Here at Holland & Knight, we have the working knowledge of how federal and state agencies operate and how courts address consumer protection issues to effectively work with our clients to address these issues.
Good day and welcome to another podcast of Clearly Conspicuous. As we noted in previous sessions, our goal in these podcasts is to make you succeed in this current regulatory and government environment, make you aware of what's going on with the state and federal consumer protection agencies, and give you practical tips for success. It's a privilege to be with you today. Today we discuss an action by the Federal Trade Commission and the Illinois Attorney General against Grubhub. Grubhub will pay $25 million to settle charges from the FTC and the Illinois AG that the food delivery firm engaged in an array of alleged unlawful practices, including deceiving diners about their delivery costs and blocking their access to their accounts and funds, deceiving workers about how much money they would make in delivering food, and unfairly and deceptively listing restaurants on this platform without their permission. Under the proposed settlement, the company must make substantial changes in its operations across a number of areas, including telling consumers the full cost of delivery, honestly advertising pay for drivers, and listing restaurants on its platform only with their consent. First, let's talk about fake restaurant affiliation. Since at least 2019, Grubhub has added unaffiliated restaurants to its platform, allegedly, without their permission. The complaint alleges Grubhub did this to drive growth. The more restaurants that appear to be available on a platform, the more likely consumers are to use it. As the complaint charges, however, that growth happened at the expense of diners, who paid more in fees for these orders and experienced numerous ordering problems, and restaurants who bore the brunt of diners' ire for the Grubhub failures, and they experienced damaged reputations and lost revenue. According to the complaint, Grubhub has had as many as 325,000 unaffiliated restaurants on its platform, more than half of all the available restaurants on Grubhub. This scale, combined with the chaotic ordering system and outdated menus, caused significant harm to the unaffiliated restaurants and diners alike. The complaint details how these practices have given Grubhub an unfair competitive advantage in an unlike marketplace where network influence how quickly a platform grows, and using unfair practices to reach a massive scale can create a formidable advantage, effectively blocking off the market to competition. Then there are allegations of deceiving consumers about delivery costs and locking accounts. The complaint charges that for years, Grubhub has hidden the true cost of its delivery services, a tactic that a former executive called, quote, a pricing shell game, close quote. Grubhub has advertised that diners will pay a single, low-cost amount for Grubhub services in connection with the delivery order. In reality, Grubhub tacks on junk fees, resulting in a final price that is often more than double what it originally advertised. These surprise fees are often labeled as service fees or small order fees, but they are simply delivery fees in disguise, the FTC says. The complaint also charges that Grubhub regularly blocks diners' accounts who have large balances of gift card funds without warning, leaving families, those facing healthcare challenges, and others who may have received a large amount of gift card funds for food delivery without access to their funds. Finally, there are charges of deceiving drivers about potential earnings. The complaint also charges that Grubhub has relied on deceptive earnings claims in advertisements designed to recruit delivery drivers. Grubhub's ads used highly inflated hourly pay rates, well above what drivers could realistically expect to earn. For example, the complaint cites advertisements in the New York area claiming drivers could make up to $40 an hour when the actual median pay for drivers in the area was around $10 an hour, and only 1 in 1,000 drivers made $40 an hour. Similarly, an ad campaign in Chicago promised earnings of up to $26 an hour when the median was only about $11 an hour, and less than 2% of drivers made the advertised amount. So under the terms of the proposed settlement with the FTC in Illinois, Grubhub will be required to disclose the true cost of delivery and stop adding junk fees to their orders, notify consumers if their account has been blocked, provide a way for consumers to appeal that decision, and quickly provide access to funds if the block is removed, provide a simple cancellation mechanism for Grubhub's subscription, and remind consumers who are subscribed about their subscription and how to cancel at least once a year, stop listing unaffiliated restaurants on the Grubhub platform, and only make driver earning claims that are not misleading and that it can back up with evidence and in writing. The settlement includes a monetary judgment of $140 million against Grubhub, which is partially suspended based on the company's inability to pay the full amount. Grubhub will be required, though, to pay $25 million, nearly half of which will be used to refund consumers harmed by the company's conduct. The commission vote to authorize the staff to file the complaint and stipulated final order was 5-0. Commissioner Andrew Ferguson concurred in part and dissented in part and issued a statement. Commissioner Melissa Holyoke concurs in this matter, but dissents as to counts 4, unfair methods of competition, and 9, violations of prior commission determinations known to defendants. So here's the key takeaway. In 2021, Grubhub, along with hundreds of other companies, received a notice of penalty offenses from the FTC, warning it against making deceptive earning claims. But the complaint charges that Grubhub continued making those claims after receiving the notice. So be aware, be very aware of FTC warning letters. They serve as precedent and notice of potential wrongdoing. So please stay tuned to further programs as we identify and address the key issues and developments and provide strategies for success. In 2025, I wish you continued success and a meaningful day. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to Clearly Conspicuous. For more information on our Consumer Protection Defense and Compliance team, visit hklaw.com/CPDC or email anthony.diresta@hklaw.com with any questions about today's episode.